If you love the magical art of the classic Rider Waite tarot deck and would like to know more about the artist, then come with me as we look at the life of Pamela Coleman Smith. Pamela Coleman Smith was born February 16, 1878, in Middlesex, England. Pamela was the co-designer and illustrator of the famous Rider Waite tarot deck, the iconic standard among tarot readers and the most widely used deck today. It is interesting to look at her astrology chart briefly. We don't have her time of birth, so we don't know her houses, but we can still tell a lot by looking at the planets. We see her sun in Aquarius, conjunct the North Node and Venus, which gives her a hunger for beauty and art. And then her sun is opposing Uranus, ruling Aquarius. And this creates a huge inner tension to manifest Aquarian ideals through Venus, which is her art. Her Venus is in imaginative and theatrical Pisces, with her moon being in Leo, and Leo is the creative performer. And you will see how this all plays out in her life. Her deck design was a significant artistic achievement, rich in feeling, where each image becomes a portal to invisible realms of dreamlike symbols and signs. Her archetypal images are intuitively read to help answer questions not apparent to rational thinking. The use of intuitive tools such as tarot illustrate Carl Jung's concept of synchronicity, meaning that the conditions of our inner world attract our outer experiences. Pamela's father was a successful American merchant with an interest in art and theater. Her mother was from Brooklyn with Jamaican ties, and the family often traveled between London, Jamaica, and New York. But by the age of 21, Pam had lost both of her parents. Pamela was not able to finish her art education at Pratt Institute in Brooklyn, but she was taken in by the famous English actress Ellen Terry and looked after by the staff of the Lyceum Theatre in London. Ellen Terry was considered by many to be the greatest English actress of the 19th century. Pam's moon in Leo can describe the mother figures in her life. It was here in the Lyceum Theatre where Pam played bit parts and developed her love of costuming and stage design. Her theatrical experience nurtured her special gift of illustration and allowed Pamela to clearly show human emotion through dramatic posing. She had a special talent and could portray her character's emotional state with the smallest of facial pen strokes. Pam skillfully used pictorial elements and symbols to portray a magical scene. Her talents helped others to feel what she was feeling when we look at her drawings. Pamela's interest in mysticism and the occult was probably ignited by her mother and her relatives. Her family had been followers of the mystic philosopher Swedenborg. Pamela was also fascinated with the unique characters of Jamaican culture, and they permeated her work. She saw folklore as living mythology. In 1899, she published Annancy stories, which were traditional and unique folk tales she learned while in Jamaica. The book's use of local slang and the colorful, eccentric characters made it similar to the trickster tale of Brer Rabbit, written by Joel Chandler Harris, who was a relative to Pam through her mother. Thomas Nelson Page, an important American diplomat and novelist at the time, describes these tales as perhaps the most original contribution to Negro folklore since Uncle Remus. Aquarius is an air sign focused on information exchange between different groups of people. It is friendly, democratic, and concerned with modern-day issues. Her Mercury in Aquarius would help her to communicate those high ideals. She hosted a salon in London where she regularly invited talented artists and writers of the day to visit and discuss the current events. She often would tell stories and even have little puppet shows to entertain her guests. Your moon position shows what you need to feel nurtured in life, and her Leo moon would draw her naturally to the theater, nourishing her love of creativity, drama, acting, and romance. She used her art to help the suffragette movement in England and was a friend to many. Pamela worked on the Broadsheet publication with Jack B. Yeats and released her own publication, Green Sheaf, in 1903, featuring women writers. This publication was dedicated to idealistic writings, poems, and pictures about beautiful and charming people and places. Venus in watery Pisces is very sensitive, emotional, romantic, and poetic. And you can see the melody and fluid movements in her paintings and drawings. Her figures frequently dance or float about. Pam loved to use watercolors and gouache with fluid swirling lines and complicated compositions of shifting patterns and textures. She would often paint her visions while listening to her favorite music. Pamela practiced what was known as synesthesia and the interplay of the senses, connecting music with visual forms. And this greatly influenced her musically inspired work. The Uranus in her chart, opposing her Sun and Venus, would create in her a mounting tension that would then break into moments of great illumination, urging her to create her unique sense of drama and beauty. It was most likely this Uranian aspect that drew her to join the mystical Order of the Golden Dawn and her association with Rider Waite in creating their new tarot deck for the masses. Waite instructed Pamela to create images for the 40 pip cards and to carefully follow the astrological significance of each element. Pamela's tarot deck is the accomplishment for which she is most remembered. Her life philosophy could be summed up in her own words. Ride on with your quest on your fairy horse, for what we all are seeking is beauty. Beauty of thought first, and then beauty of feeling, beauty of form, of color, and of sound, and beauty of appreciation and joy. And then the gift and the power of being able to show this to others. In 1907, she enjoyed some success and had 3 shows in New York in 3 years, featuring the paintings and drawings she had done to music, with her favorite being Claude Debussy. Pamela eventually converted to Catholicism. She never married, and she struggled as a businesswoman throughout her life. She passed away mostly forgotten by the age of 73. What a beautiful legacy she left us. Thank you, Pamela, for creating your wonderful and unique visions.